The Dallas Mavericks have won 3 games in a row after taking down the New York Knicks on Thursday night. But before that, the Mavericks got busy hours before the trade deadline and executed some great trades with trying to get into the top 6 of the Western Conference in mind. The Dallas Mavericks made 2 moves to bolster their front court, just as star guards Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving are healthy and playing together once again in hopes of making a playoff push. The Mavericks agreed on trades with Charlotte and Washington just hours before the deadline. The Mavericks acquired power forward PJ Washington, 2 second-round picks from the Hornets for Grant Williams, Seth Curry, and a 2027 first-round draft pick, which is top 2 protected. And the Mavericks then acquired center Daniel Gafford from the Wizards for center Richaun Holmes and draft compensation. In a third move, the Mavericks announced a swap of 2028 first-round picks with Oklahoma City. The deal gives Dallas a first-round pick from the Thunder in this year's draft, and that selection goes to the Wizards in the Gafford trade. The Mavericks added some ammo at the trade deadline, giving Luka and Kyrie the most help they've had since the duo formed. While many people don't like these moves for Dallas, I like them a lot, and I think the Mavericks could very well make a run. What's going on, everyone? It is Luka here, back with another video. In this one, I'm going to tell you why the Dallas Mavericks are looking more dangerous than ever. If y'all could do yourself a favor, please hit a like on the video. It helps it a ton. And also, please subscribe to the channel for more Mavs content just like this. So let's first look at the trade for PJ Washington. It was to correct a mistake from the summer when the Mavericks executed a sign and trade to acquire Grant Williams on a 4-year, $53 million deal while giving up Reggie Bullock, a first-round swap with San Antonio in 2030 and 2025, and a 2025 second-round pick swap with Boston. Half a season in, Dallas realized that Williams wasn't the guy they were expecting when they made that trade. The Dallas Mavericks were determined to part ways with Grant Williams after he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. This is per ESPN's Tim McMahon. Notably, he also switched his basketball sneakers from Luka's to Tatum's signature shoes. The last thing you want to do is piss off Luka Doncic, so the smart move for the Mavs was to get rid of Grant Williams as they did. Meanwhile, Adrian Wojnarowski reported that Luka Doncic was very enthusiastic about the Dallas Mavericks trading for PJ Washington, saying, "I was told that Luka Doncic was very enthusiastic about the idea of landing PJ Washington. I think that was a little bit of a motivating factor, that he was excited about the possibility of getting him at this trade deadline to add him to this team to make a run." So if Luka's happy, the Mavericks are in good shape. It's as simple as that. You look at Washington, he will improve the Mavs front court immediately. Washington is averaging 13.6 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game this season, shooting 44.6% overall and 32.4% on three-pointers. He should slot into a regular role in Dallas's rotation, and he will provide the Mavericks with scoring and rebounding in the paint, and he will bring defense as well. No matter what, I mean, you look at this move and Washington is definitely an upgrade over what Williams was giving the Mavericks, as Washington has really improved his ability to score around the basket, which is going to help the Mavericks a lot, and he moves pretty well without the basketball. And one of the issues the Mavs keep experiencing is play around the basket, particularly in rebounding and defense. Dallas is number 25 in rebounds per game at 41.5 and allows 45.6 points in the paint, which ranks 28th. So with the addition of Washington and even Gafford, the Mavericks are hopefully going to be able to address those issues. And you look at PJ Washington, I know his three-point shooting isn't where you want it to be, but you got to think too, PJ Washington is going to be playing alongside great playmakers and playing alongside Luka Doncic. He's going to get easy looks. He's going to get easy baskets, and he does have a nice shooting form. So I think Washington is going to be able to hit shots at a much higher rate in Dallas. And you look at PJ Washington, he's going to slide in as a starter now, next to Derek Lively, Josh Green, Luka Doncic, and Kyrie Irving. So I think PJ Washington is going to be a nice fit to this Mavericks starting lineup. And then the Mavericks, of course, also bringing in Gafford as they got their true backup center. Now, before I talk about Gafford, I want to talk to you guys about today's video sponsor, BetUS. And BetUS has an amazing new promotion for all of you. They'll give you an 125% bonus, not only on your first deposit, but on your first 3 deposits with the promo code JOIN125. Plus, they'll give you 10% gambler's insurance for your net losses if you're active every 6 months. BetUS is an awesome sportsbook and casino website known for 24/7 customer service and have one-day payouts. And if you look at the BetUS website, it's extremely easy to use. You can bet on any sport, and you can, of course, bet on the NBA, which is what I'm interested in. You can bet against the spread, or you can pick a team to win straight up, or you can parlay together a couple of games that you like, or maybe even if you want to do a future, they have that option as well. You can find that the Dallas Mavericks right now have really good value. They're plus 4,000. So that means if you put just $15 on that, you can win $600. If you want to get on the action, guys, click the link down below, and thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. So you look at Gafford, Dallas gets what it hopes will be an immediate help when it comes to their interior defense. The Mavs allow 53.5 points in the paint, which ranks 22nd in the NBA, and ranked 26th in block shots per game at 4.2. So Gafford should fix these interior defensive issues that the Mavs have. He is number 7 in the league in blocks per game at 2.1 and number 7 among forwards in total contested shots at 406. As Gafford this season is averaging 10.9 points, 8 rebounds, and 1.5 assists per game while shooting 69% overall. So I think Gafford's going to be a perfect backup big, you know, somebody who you can rely on with Derek Lively in and out. You hope Lively, of course, is healthy, but you look at these additions from the Mavericks, and I think they are very solid. I mean, Gafford, he's going to be that nice backup center you can count on, and he's a backup center that the Mavericks have needed for years. And then Washington, multifaceted. He's a jack of all trades. He's super talented, and he's the type of forward the Mavericks have also needed for years. So the Mavericks, they hit their needs right on the head with these moves. They are definitely better than they were before deadline day started, and Washington coming in for Grant Williams is an upgrade, and then you got Gafford entering the mix for the team as their backup center. These are both guys that are going to immediately make an impact and really help this Mavs team right away. So I really like these moves. The Mavericks didn't make the big splashy trade like they did at last season's trade deadline, bringing in Kyrie Irving, but I really think they did a nice job of getting what they needed. They addressed their needs directly, and they got guys on their roster that's going to provide a lot more depth to this team and just round them out nicely, especially as this team looks to get into a playoff spot. So you look at the Mavs, guys, they might not even be done, because according to Dan Woke of the LA Times, Dinwiddie is a name that has recently been linked to the Mavericks, as he's expected to choose between the Lakers and Dallas after he clears waivers following his release by the Toronto Raptors. So Dinwiddie was actually in attendance when the Mavericks took on the Knicks, and he was seated by the Mavs bench. So if the Mavericks can get Dinwiddie, that is another big get for them, as one of the Mavs' main issues this season has been the lack of a reliable creator when either Doncic or Irving has missed games. Add Dinwiddie, just another shot creator, that is just going to further boost this Mavs team and their depth as they look to make another playoff run. So I'm a big fan of what the Mavericks did. I think they are a dangerous team in the West that you definitely got to look out for. Mavs fans, what are your thoughts on these moves? How do you think the Mavs stack up now? Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit a like on the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't new. That is it for me. This is Lucas signing off. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next video.